Friday, October 24th, 12:05 p.m. New York time. Welcome back, investors, to Winning Wall Street's Money. Last day of the week. Gonna go over and discuss day trading. One day trade I took this morning. It was a scalp. Day trading means opening and closing the same position the same day. If you hold it longer than a day, it's not day trading. Scalping is part of day trading. Scalping is when you're in a position, typically for a few seconds. Again, day trading, you could be in it for minutes, hours, but again, you're still closing it the same day. Day trading is a part of investing. If you allocate your money investing for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 10 years, still investment capital that you're allocating to invest. You might consider, if you want to get into day trading, day trade where you hold one single position in the trade. Example, you might day trade an inexpensive stock and just practice with one share instead of a lot of capital. And you can close the trade the same day. If you can't do that, well, then you got a lot more learning curve to get past. But I'm going to show you day trading using derivatives of the futures markets. This particular day trade was the currency market. There's different exchanges. The currency market I use is in the futures market. The currency I traded was the euro. I traded it bullish this morning. And again, it's a leveraged product. It's a derivative. So the value of one contract is worth more than the value of what a single stock would be in comparison. This is a 5-minute chart of the euro. There was economic news this morning. I knew there was economic news coming out. It was scheduled for 8:30 this morning, New York time. So I made certain not to be placing a trade or in a position at that time. Again, I was trading pre-market before the New York Stock Exchange opens and before the news was released. So this is a 5-minute chart. This gray area here on the far left, shaded area, that was overnight and up to about 8:15. Yep. So this big green candle, that was occurring on the economic news that were released. And again, you see prices moving because we're still open. So my setup, particular for this trade, because I had many charts open on multiple time frames for the same instrument, but looking for the setup. And this setup occurred on the 5-minute. So see that big green candle? I'm going to zoom in more. Let's take it from Friday night to now. There we go. This big green candle here, almost a solid body, huge impulse move up, extreme buyer bias of bulls, massive body, extremely bullish candle. Well, that occurred after this white candle. That means prices open and close the same on my platform. That's how I have it. So these two 5-minute candles on the left, and a big green candle, notice they were both white. That means, again, they open and close the same price. That often means indecision, uncertainty. Well, for a fact, look at this. This is all consolidation. Notice all this here at this time frame. Oops, let me label this. There we go. All this during this period of time was in a consolidation pretty much. Up, down, but again, in a huge consolidation versus this is a trend. This is a trend. So this was all consolidation from about 4:15 to a little bit past 7:30. Then you had again, this occurred. So when that occurred, that big green candle, bullish candle right there, I labeled it as a demand zone because there were buyers there. And I was going to look for a trade to come back there at some point in time. And look, each of these 5 minutes. So it came back around 8:15, 8:20, came back inside the zone. And then I'm going to look to buy there on a lower time frame. Got it? The setup was here for this particular trade. The setup was on a 5 minute. And this candlestick pattern, huge body in this consolidation area, is referred to by some as a bullish order block. Again, huge body inside this huge consolidation, even here, order block. And people that use that strategy are looking for it to come back down here to retest the zone as a bullish entry on a lower time frame. So this is 5 minutes. So maybe one uses the 3 minute, 2 minute, or 1 minute. I used the 1 minute here. But let me show you on the 3 minute how it looked. Again, same drawing on the 5 minute, but we're looking at the 3 minute chart. See a 3 minute chart here. So let's go forward in time a little bit to see how it goes. There he goes. That green candle, again, tested it, but no reversal signal yet. So break above that green candle, that could be a entry signal. There he goes. Break above that candle. One could have taken, if they were using this 3 minute, again, because you have that confirmation reversal. Higher high, higher low, and tagged in right above that. Yeah, if you stayed in the trade, it took off like a rocket ship. I didn't. Nope. Again, I was scalping just for a few seconds, meant to be in it. So again, this is a 3 minute chart. So let's go take a look at this now on the 2 minute. There we are on the 2 minute chart. Using the 5 minute setup. Look how clear it is there too. Big bullish candle in here. So again, this setup could have been drawn off the 2 minute too. 2 minute candle. Look at that. Nice. And look for it to come back in here. Okay, the bottom of it would be a little bit different. Be here. I mean, the top would be there. So let's go forward by 2 minutes. See a retest how it looks. There we go. Had that retest, that green candle, like a bullish engulfing candle there. Nice. And then one could have set their, right there on top of that high, that green candle, this first green candle, bullish engulfing, set their entry right there. So they get tagged in when the next one goes there. So boom, tagged in long. And then getting that 8:30 news right there. Now let me show you the 1 minute chart. Here we are. Same drawing. Using the study off the 5 minute. And here. Yep. All this time went up. This is a fake out. Look at that consolidation here. Went back up. Again, it tested here at the top of here. So buyers were willing to get in early. Maybe they had their stops below here. I don't know. But again, you see a consolidation here. Buyers stepping in. Reversal. Not that strong one on the upside. Big momentum. Nope, there. It went down. Nice. So again, one could have used, again, that big green candle. Big wick on the bottom. Buyer stepped in there. And then set your entry to get filled on the top of that green candle. To get tagged in. And then you hope it's going to continue going up. Tag in long. Still higher high, higher low. And then boom, scalp. Again, a few seconds. Have gains. Close the trade. Profits. Nice. Look, another higher high, higher low. $8.28. And the news, 8:30. Huge move up. Yeah. That wasn't me. I got out before. Again, I was scalping. Won the trade. Happy camper. Worked out fine. And I got out before the news. It could have gone the other way. Thank goodness it didn't. But again, I was not in the trade all the way here. One is I like that lower time frame. And it worked out. So puts this in perspective. This trade, regardless if I use the euro If I use the gold, crude oil, stock indexes, the same strategy I'm looking for. The financial instruments I use, ones that have tight spreads for day trading and high liquidity. And the currency pair I used, it meets that requirement. As long as it continues to meet that requirement, it'll be one of the financial instruments I will continue using. Thank you as always, spending just a little time with me. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching.